This project is about the product lifecycle of an automated driving function. We have created the technical foundation and invite all automotives to be part of it.
Automated driving increases traffic safety, improves the efficiency and traffic flow, and also reduces greenhouse gas emissions in the traffic. Despite the fact that we need to implement the automated driving function, we need to ensure and prove the safety of the driving function. In the past, the automotive sector used a track-based validation process in order to prove a system's or component safety. With automated driving, the number of necessary track kilometers becomes extremely large. Scenario-based testing provides a solution to this. We condense and compress the millions of kilometers into single, small testable components which we can test in a simulator, for example. But in order to test them, we need the data in order to construct these scenarios. The data comes in several different formats and standards, and also different shapes of quality. And for our testing process, we need high quality data, and we need to prove that this data is of high quality. And in the testing process, we need to answer several questions like, where do I get this data from? In which quality standards are they? And I need to clarify all of these questions before I start my validation task.
The approach in this project is based on a decentralized marketplace for simulation data and simulation services. Digital certificates guarantees their quality through high standardization, safety and validation requirements. These requirements are defined, further developed and implemented in the project. A data space with this topic is not yet available. We created a place where providers and consumers are able to find each other and to trust each other. On the one hand, all participants and services are findable, assignable and can be traced back. So we are able to work together over years, and that is most important for this kind of services. A marketplace is a help. For example, suppliers know through the regulations how they have to prepare and to package the data so that buyers can find and use them. So different players can work together without knowing each other.
Digital certificates are electronic documents attesting the validity of the contained information with digital signatures. If we trust the signature of the issuer, then we believe that their attributes apply to the holder. A holder may be a person, institution, a device, or a digital asset. The same method to attest the quality of an asset, like an HD map, can be applied to attest personal or company information and credentials. Here we rely on a chain of trust between issuers. Everyone can create a certificate. Someone else must verify its information and attest it with a digital signature for it to have value. We decide whom we trust. BMW can trust an institution like the ASCS to attest the identity of BMW as a company. We can trust BMW to verify its employees. We always decide whom we trust in a specific context. In the context of a digital marketplace, we may decide to trust an association like the ASCS. Attesting a digital identity is one aspect of trust, which is part of the subjective criteria of quality. Quality is based on common understanding. This is achieved with industry standards for assets like HD maps, which are developed in communities, for example, around the ASAM. ASCS and ASAM are associations facilitating exchange between members, which is the first pillar by enabling common understanding. The second pillar of quality are the resulting common specification, becoming industry standards with a widespread use. The third is making your work visible. which we do with open source. Open source licenses allow the reuse of components in those communities. At last, we decide to acknowledge that we interact in a vast supply chain network, developing complex products.
From here it continues or really gets starts. The marketplace can be applied to all data-driven life cycles, especially this will become the standard in the type approval of automated driving functions and probably beyond. The more complete the product life cycle is in this field, the more efficient it will be to use this life cycle for certification of automated driving functions. We have created the technical foundation. This is a network for the future. You are invited to be part of it.